all different fun desserts today. And if you didn't think you could eat dessert and eat healthy, think again. We're gonna show you all of the delicious foods that you can still have while eating healthier. Today we're gonna make confetti cake donuts with pink frosting. So what could be more girly and fun than that? We're gonna start with 3/4 cup oat flour. And oat flour is just simply old-fashioned oats that you grind into a flour. So you can find it at the grocery store or you can make it at home. 1/4 cup of sweetener, and you can use any kind of sweetener you like. I like monk fruit or coconut sugar. We have a 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Now, Em, you have a funny story about donuts and Sean, yes, my husband, and how they influenced your boys.
My boys didn't know what a donut was before Sean. And so I actually asked Easton the other day, I said, if you could get on an airplane and go anywhere in the world, where would you go? And he said, I'd go to Florida and go to the donut place that Uncle Sean took us and get a zebra donut. And then the week coming back from Florida, when our whole family was together, of course, Sean was getting donuts just about every morning. And Quinny, when we got home back to Michigan, he kept saying, I want donut. Uncle Sean, get me donut. He wouldn't stop talking about it.
So I had to tell Emily, I'm like, listen, you don't have to feel like that's like the worst thing in the world, because she's like, great, now he wants to eat donuts from the bakery every morning. He thinks that's normal. I'm like, go on Dashing Dish, and you can find tons of donut recipes that your boys can eat for breakfast that are really nutritious. I added 1 egg and 1/3 cup of applesauce to this, and I'm just gonna mix it until it kind of forms a batter here. So Em, I'll have you put some batter into the donut pan, and then what we can do is we can sprinkle a little bit of sprinkles, and this is what makes them confetti donuts. And go ahead and take just a little spoon here. Just kind of swirl it in. You could also mix it right into the batter, but I like doing this especially when you're serving it to kids, because then they see the sprinkles right on top.
Us girls love our desserts.
Yes. So this will be really fun to eat. They're fun to even look at. We're gonna pop them in the oven, 350 degrees for about 15 to 18 minutes, just until a toothpick comes out clean. And then we're gonna make a pink fun frosting to put on them.
Yum.
Okay, so our confetti cake donuts came out of the oven and they are cooled, which is important when you're frosting anything. And they look delicious, don't they, Em?
They do.
So we're gonna make the frosting.
I think I could eat them without frosting.
That's true, you could. They look so good.
I mean, if you can
You
make it to the
really don't
frosting.
need this, but
It's fun.
It is fun. So we have a 1/2 cup of powdered sugar. Now you could do organic powdered sugar, or there's something called Swerve brand powdered sugar. So it's actually a sugar-free powdered sugar.
I'm gonna try that.
And then just a few drops of any food coloring. I'll let you add that, Em. That's Maddie's favorite part to anything, is adding the food coloring. Very dangerous for a 4-year-old, however. We usually end up with the whole tub in there. And then just about a 1/2 teaspoon or so of vanilla extract. You could add a little more or less depending on the flavor. I also like to do a little bit of almond extract. It gives it kind of a cake flavor sometimes. And then just a few tablespoons of milk. And you just want to kind of do it until it comes together. So you can go ahead and stir that. We also have an electric mixer, so I always start with using a spatula and just kind of bring it together just so it doesn't fly everywhere. And then I use the electric to kind of bring it all together and make it really smooth. Okay, so that looks perfect. Now, you can do this a few different ways. You can just kind of frost it. If you want it thicker, add a little bit more powdered sugar until it gets to a thicker consistency. But I like to do it like a donut glaze. So we can just drizzle this right over the top, just like this. And then that way, you can add a few more sprinkles on top to make it really pretty.
That is so pretty.
So I like to pop this in the fridge just to thicken the frosting, just until all the rest of the food is ready to go.